There you have it. We're able to get a perspective of some of the challenges that some of our seafarers face. The beauty, I think, is, di ba, we've been talking about, dun pa lang sa very first question natin, we've sort of established that mental health is it's a worldwide, it's a universal experience, it's a universal struggle for everybody, even more so for seafarers. But the beauty in some of our interviews was that merong mga people, actual crew who are going on board, who are going away from their families, who are able to cope up, who are able to become, I guess, resilient. It is the better term kasi it's not so much as lumalabas na wala silang issue, but based on what you've seen, based on their feedback, it's something that they can manage. It's something that they can, kumbaga, handle.
Yes.
And that's the beauty that we saw in some of our interviews. But of course, it's not all beds of roses. Meron din tayong mga crew who are also struggling. So I guess the key takeaway that we could come up from those actual interviews is that we really need to be able to capture both perspectives. In a sense na when we do see crew who are struggling, then we provide all the support that we could do. And if we do see crew who are hindi naman sa hindi affected, but more so na ma-manage nila yung sarili nila, to empower them siguro kung paano makatulong sa mga fellow colleagues at crew members nila. And it's something na talagang it's the beauty, I guess, na we're doing our own little way initiatives, just like this podcast and interviews that we're doing, kasi we're really getting perspectives from the actual seafarers themselves. Just like what we mentioned, tayo as non-seafarers, we can only assume, and we can only hear from mga talks natin here and there from siguro mga fleet, mga officers, pero to actually hear it from the horse's mouth, kumbaga, sa kanila mismo, it's such a different perspective that we're getting to see. And I'm so happy na the ones that we've interviewed, kumbaga, were open enough to allow us to hear some of their struggles. Kasi di yun madali eh. I mean, it's not easy to share your marriage experience, for example, mga personal, your experience, of course, in terms of handling yourself as from the province. I mean, I can relate to that as well since buong family ko din sa Bicol. But talking about those types of struggles, hindi yan madali for everybody. And I guess the challenge for us is really to be able to be open to listening, being open to reach out, and somehow I think that's quite fitting. Kasi the next few questions that I have na para sa atin is ano naman yung mga kaya nating gawin to mitigate. So for our personal lives and for our personal struggles, what are the things that you guys do to become mentally strong? Or at the same time, if you phrase it in a different perspective, ano yung mga ginagawa nyo para ma-manage yung mga mental health struggles ninyo in our day-to-day? And again, we'll also get to see a perspective nito from our seafarers in a bit. But unahin muna natin sa atin as non-seafarers just to see the contrast.
For me, number one is manage my thought process.
Tama.
I try not to delve into negative stuff that doesn't really happen. I tend to build up anxiety from time to time. Hinahanda ko yung sarili ko for something na that might happen. Pero in reality, hindi
naman talaga nangyayari.
So, I try to reframe that and think of something na kailangan kong i-accomplish. Mga positive stuff na kailangan kong makommit. Mga goal setting ba? Yung kailangan kong gawin talaga. Tapos number two, ito nakatulong talaga sa akin to. Number two, exercise. Yeah, it
Physical,
really,
no?
yeah. It helps regulate your mood
Mm-mm.
and your hormones.
Mm-mm.
Exercise, nagbibuild din siya ng confidence sa sarili mo na
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
may may dating ka pagka nag-workout ka eh.
Mm-mm.
Generally, that's it. The thought process tsaka yung exercise. Also, proper diet.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Kailangan din siya.
Mm-mm.
Pero, generally, pag may times na nagsistruggle talaga ako, nahihirapan na ako, I'm not afraid to reach out.
Mm-mm.
Number
Yeah, I guess that's one of the major.
Reach out to your
Yes.
close friends, relatives, family,
Mm-mm.
anyone you can reach out to.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Essentially. Kung may physical symptoms na lumalabas due to your mental health problems, don't hesitate to contact a professional.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Maganda yun. Maganda yun.
Okay. So for me naman, no, how do I handle my mental health? No, how do I manage it? So I'm a very anxious individual, so I tend to overthink talaga lagi. Yeah, sobra. So one of the way para ma-manage ko yun is I always open it up to my wife or to my family, kukwento ko sa kanila. So mailabas ko lang, ma-release ko lang yung tension sa akin. And it helps kasi nandyan sila nakikinig and nagbibigay ng mga suggestions on how can I handle yung mga ganong klaseng thoughts sa isip ko. And also one of the things din talaga is find a hobby. Yung kung saan ka masaya.
Ganda
Kasi
yan.
ayun yung isa sa mga bagay na makakapagpa-unwind
Right.
and makakapagpa-relax sa'yo. Yung mga hobbies na basketball, playing games, okay lang yan, watching movies. Yeah. Kumbaga, find time para sa sarili mo. Yun. Ayun yung mga bagay na makakatulong sa'yo when it comes to your mental health, mental wellness. So, third naman, tama din yun. Isa sa mga crucial din is yung social support. Yung mga nakapaligid sa iyo.
Yung circle mo.
Circle of friends. And yung huwag kayong matatakot na lumapit sa mga professionals, especially. Kasi ayun yung isang stigma sa atin.
We talked about a while ago since
yes. What we have mentioned, no. Yung stigma siya pagdating sa atin sa Pilipinas, in the Philippines. No, parang pagka sinabi natin na lumapit tayo sa isang professional, especially mental health professional, so iba na yung dating sa atin. But
parang nangungunahan na tayo ng
yes,
baka i-judge tayo parang ganun.
Yeah, exactly. Pero hindi Ito yung bagay na makakatulong sa iyo Sila yung mga professional na makakatulong pagdating sa mental wellness mo.
Right.
Hindi biro magkaroon ng mental health issues. Iba siguro sa iba kaya nilang i-handle pero sa iba sobrang bigat. So iba-iba yung iba-iba yung atake ng mental health sa mga individuals. So siguro ayun yung mga bagay na dapat nating tandaan. No? So wag niyong itatry na sarilinin niyo lang yung issue na yan.
I think that's the
Kasi
slippery slope sa atin.
Ayun yung isa sa pinaka-misconception Pagka meron ka na bagay na nararamdaman or naiisip, sinasarili mo na lang. No, kasi alam mo, lilipas din yun. Pero that's not, the opposite. Kailangan mo siya i-release para makapag-decision ka ng tama, makapag-isip ka ng tama. So, ayun yung isang pinaka-crucial. Especially pagka nasa on board, no?
Right.
Kasi ilang months ka nandyan, sabi nga natin, kailangan maging independent ka. Pero kung hindi ka tama mag-isip ngayon, hindi ka okay,
maapektuhan pa din
maapektuhan yung mga decision making mo, especially sa work. Yung safety mo. Yun.
Right. Wow, thank you so much. I like how a lot of the things that we mentioned were it's not even it's not even highfalutin or difficult activities. Finding a hobby, say for instance, doing something you enjoy, doing exercise. I guess siguro the exercise not for everybody agad-agad. But I guess that's also but in a nutshell, kumbaga, those are simple activities that everybody can do and everybody can try to initiate, kumbaga, kasi it's the aspect of doing something that you enjoy doing, or at least finding something that you enjoy doing.
Yes.
The aspect of trying to be physical and moving around and not being drowning in your thoughts or stuck with your thoughts, and the aspect of talking. That's, I think, one of the simplest things na super effective but underrated.
Yes.
Kasi, yun nga, parang minsan nga, yun yung isang nagiging stigma eh. Bakit ako magbabayad ng isang professional na ang gagawin lang naman is mag-uusap, parang ganon. Pero, I guess that's also the beauty of socializing, of our social circles, which is also important in a sense na talagang dapat alam natin yung mga totoong friends talaga natin. Because also friends can be the ones na baka sila mismo yung nagpo-pull sa atin na bakit ka naman mental health professional, ganyan. So it's also an aspect wherein we need to be able to distinguish who are the types of friends na kaya natin mapag-usapan nito. Makapag-open, di ba?
Especially sa mga friends na may similar
experience. Exactly.
They can help you guide na nung ako, ganyan.
Exactly.
Ganyan ginawa ko. So maybe you can try to make use of that experience. Try mo. Maybe it works for you.
Yes, exactly. And it's amazing in a sense na itong mga bagay-bagay na ito, these are the equivalent ng gamot eh. In a sense na if you're sick, may take kang paracetamol, say for instance, or whatever medicine na kung inuubo ka or linalagnat ka, and it's those aspects. And again, we're not medical professionals or psychologists, psychometricians, yes. Pero psychologists to be there. Pero psychologists no. But I think at least on our experience, we can say na effective siya. Na it's like the medicine. And hopefully in the next few episodes we get to actually talk to licensed medical professionals na mas makaka-affirm. Kasi right now, generally speaking, syempre sa atin ito in our own opinions. But we're excited to get to see if these are some of the things that talagang effective din sa ating mga sa ating mga seafarers. That being said, just like before, we were able to interview some seafarers specific to ano yung mga ginagawa nila to mitigate or to help themselves in terms of mental health. And it's interesting kasi it's versus us who has the sort of freedom to go outside and go to wherever to enjoy ourselves during weekends, etc. Ito, confined sila sa barko eh. So I'm excited to get to hear ano yung sa kanilang actions and efforts para makamitigate ng sa kanilang mental health. So we'll watch this interview as well.
Yun na nga, pag may mga araw tulad yan, binibigyan ka ng maraming trabaho, maraming pressure. How do you handle yung mga araw na you feel low? Lalo na sa emotional state mo.
Minsan kailangan mo rin mag-voice out sa kanila. Para alam din nila yung sitwasyon mo na ganyan. Para maintindihan ka nila, hindi pwede yung ganito, ganyan. Yun, mag-adjust sila pag ganun. Sabi mong, hindi pwede yung sabay-sabay na ganyan, tapos ang dami mo rin gagawin.
Parang, kumbaga, nire-real talk mo lang sa na
pero ngayon gagawin ko yan. Susunod, hindi na. Pagbibigyan kita ngayon, parang ganun.
Anong advice ang mabibigay mo sa mga up-and-coming seafarers na who might be struggling with their mental health? So, some kind of motivational,
Ay, kunyari mga bago.
Yung mga bago.
Kailangan lang sa barko, pakikisama talaga.
Pakikisama.
Number 1 yan. Palakaibigan. Pero siyempre, hindi naman 100% na bibigay mo lahat na ganun. Kasi, minsan kahit bigay mo lahat, parang baliwala lang sa iba. Ganun. Pero number 1, pakikisama talaga.
Pakikisama. I think it goes to show na you can't please everybody talaga.
Yeah, iba-iba ugali ng tao.
May mga
minsan, may natutuwa sa'yo, pero yung iba, pala sa'yo, naiinis, naiinggit. Iba-iba eh.
Ano yung mga ginagawa mo as a practice para ma-manage or ma-mitigate yung mga nararamdaman natin na stress, na pagod, lalo kapag, long months kang nasa barko?
Sa akin kasi ginagawa ko scheduling eh. Oo. So hindi ko siya, may mga bagay na dapat ilagay mo sa, dapat hanggang dito lang, limit lang. So, pag oras ng internet, ito lang talaga siya. Tapos, siyempre, ma-manage mo rin. Dapat lagyan mo rin ng exercise. Kasi yung gym, maganda rin yun eh. Hindi yung physical. Kasi puro trabaho ka lang, tulog, trabaho. 'Di ba? So mas maganda yung papawisan ka rin. Saka maiba naman yung atmosphere mo.
May, kumbaga, importanteng may physical release din yung katawan mo sa
Oo, mapawisan ka din. Saka hindi yung maglakad-lakad ka minsan sa sa deck or mag-ano-ano ka rin. Hindi yung sobrang focus sa trabaho tsaka minsan dagdag rin 'di ba? Minsan akala mo tanggal stress pero actually dinagdagan ka ng stress kasi bibigyan ka pang problema, 'di ba?